welcome to this very special edition of Dice and Stuff. Today we're going to be going through a new game called Lyres, produced and created by Shades of Vengeance. Now here in the room we have our regular Era the Consortium group with me.
Oh, starting with me today, TJ.
Cade.
Sabrina.
Cade.
Sabrina.
Awesome.
TJ.
I did it because there was a cough noise that overlapped all of Cade's
Who coughed?
voice.
I did.
TJ did.
I turned like this.
Oh.
Cade. I'm sorry, I thought we'd restart.
No, we're not.
I almost said Zanny, so...
Alright.
Okay, and my name is Adam, and I'll be playing everyone else that you hear. Now, with Lyres, the world is a little bit different. It is a medieval setting in which the player characters, which is you guys, will be playing quote-unquote adventurers that are not adventurers. Adventuring is dangerous, it's dirty, and it's just plain unsanitary. So in this game, the point of it is to be able to go to taverns in the main city, to be able to have your room and board paid for you, and to act the part of adventurers as you are attempting to not do the adventuring life. So pretty much all the benefits, none of the danger. Okay?
Alright.
With this specific campaign that we're doing today, I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the situation in which you are involved. Now, before the recording started, we did go through and do a quick little character generation, which they're going to explain their characters. But the basic setting is as follows. All three of these players here at the table with me today, I told them when we started the game, when they were doing character creation, that they had to create a person that had a concept for something that they did in a medieval society, and a reason why they were arrested. Once they had those things, they then linked together to find a common ground, which happened to be a noble, unfortunately, which links them all together, and they'll be able to share that story in just a moment. The very beginning of the game, just so that everyone is aware, every single one of you, plus one NPC that I'm not going to describe yet, are in the back of a soldier's paddy wagon of the time. So it's got like the bars on the side. It's like a cage wagon that you're all in right now. You're wearing just generic clothes, whatever you were wearing when you were quote unquote arrested. You have no weapons, no items, no nothing.
There goes my top hat.
Pretty much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the table and we're going to just give a quick little background on ourselves so that you can get an idea as to what characters are going to be coming together to form the epic adventuring party for Lyres. Keep in mind I told them that they do not want to be adventurers per se, so they're just kind of getting normal stuff to start with. So we'll start with, who wants to start? I was a volunteer.
I said we go in order as of our arresting, so TJ?
Oh,
As the arresting, okay.
Hey,
So what were you before you were arrested?
I was, how do I describe this? I was one of those guys that goes around and sells, like, snake oil charms elixirs. I was selling elixirs out of my wagon.
Out of your wagon.
Out of my wagon. Selling
Okay.
my elixirs.
And
I'm a card shark.
how were you arrested exactly?
I was cheating. I was caught cheating at cards by a noble who I was, beating the pants off of.
Okay.
So he had some pull and had me arrested.
Okay, excellent. And then who is the next person arrested?
Me.
Okay.
I'm going to be playing Lily, the buxom bar wench, who, was tending to the wounded pride of said noble out in the alleyway when unfortunate events unfolded out of my control, and I got arrested because I laughed at him.
And I'm going to look across the table here at Cade for what was that unfortunate event?
So I'm playing a medieval justice of the peace. So my office is the upstairs of the bar, in which the said car shark game was happening, and I was cleaning out my chamber pot, and said contents fell on said noble, who was being...
While he was being consoled by the bodyguard... The buxom
wench.
Buxom wench. So I was arrested for defamation of character.
And you were arrested for laughing at him? So
Defamation of character.
And you were arrested for card sharking.
Sure.
Okay. So
'Cause
only
he
one
has
of you has been charged with an official crime, which would have been TJ.
Well, not even card sharking isn't like a technical crime, I wouldn't say.
Well, anyway,
He
he's a
bilked him for
noble.
all his money.
It was a noble. He just got
You know, I just
did you have
his
him-
character
I
Did you
just-
decimated.
have any tonics,
So-
perhaps, that he thought would work and didn't?
Oh, there's so many jokes I can make about different, like, little blue pill-like elixirs.
Moving forward to cut you off right there. All right, so those are the characters that we all have played with. So every single one of you, you are wearing exactly what you were before because they would have grabbed you and dragged you out. So in your case, you would be wearing, TJ, just your regular clothes.
Well, yeah, well, I only got, like, 2 sets of clothes. I got my nice clothes and my nicer clothes. So.
Well, you have your regular nice clothes on.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
yeah, like, you know, my normal salesman, like, you know, nice suit with a vest type thing.
Okay, now in Era Lyres, what you look like is actually very important. So I need you to please describe to me and everyone else your appearance, as well as your name, your character's name.
I need a
You have
name.
one.
I need a last name.
Last name.
I have a first name. I need a last name.
Okay, well, lay on us what your character
Nigel.
looks like.
Phyllis.
Nigel?
Nigel will be my name.
Weigel Bottom.
I was thinking like Penny Bottom or like
Weigel Bottom.
something bottom, like
Weigel Bottom. He's a guy on Facebook.
Flower Bottom, Waggle Bottom.
Nigel Weigel Bottom is a guy on Facebook.
Is it a real guy?
It's a made-up name.
Oh,
No, okay.
I think it's actually pronounced Weigel Bottom.
Wigel?
Yeah,
Nigel
W-I-G-L-E.
Wigel Bottom.
W-I-G-L-E Bottom.
I like Penny Bottom. I think Penny Bottom.
We'll go with yes, because Penny Bottom's elixirs.
Penny Bottom Elixir.
Yes.
I like it. Okay, so,
Okay, we'll go with that. Penny Bottom.
and what does Nigel Penny Bottom look like?
Black dress shoes, black slacks, white button-up dress shirt with a black vest, and a, blazer over top.
Okay.
They confiscated my top hat and my monocle and my many fake mustaches.
Okay. All right.
5'7", 120 pounds soaking wet.
Okay. And your character's age?
Non-specific.
So 80? Give me like a range.
A range? We'll say anywhere from 30 to 45.
Okay.
No one really knows.
That's fine. I'm fine with that, ambiguous age thing. I just want to
Yes.
know a rough.
Because who
rough
knows?
bracket.
Who knows? Nigel might not even be my real name.
Moving forward from Nigel Penny Bottom. Moving forward to I think the body wench was the next one arrested.
Buxom wench.
Buxom Wentz, sorry.
Body also works.
I can't talk today.
So, as I said, her name is Lily.
Lily.
She doesn't have a last name because, bar wench.
Yep.
Back in the olden times. She has brown eyes, brown hairs, because, that very generic. She stands about 5'5", 130 pounds, wearing, the off-the-shoulder shirts, waist
What you'd picture,
cinch,
like
bar
a-
winch, skirts that you can hike up, those boots.
Yep. Age?
She's roughly 23-ish?
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 Okay, cool.
She's got a full set of teeth, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's got a full set of nice teeth. She takes care of herself. Lily isn't no shambles queen here.
Okay, cool. And then finally, Cade, who's looking on his phone for a random name generator. I'm
What?
assuming that's what you're looking at.
Maybe. I was leaning towards Liam Ferris.
Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was L names with you.
That was my. You know what? No, I was.
Rabbit, Lancier, Liam.
Both characters, LF initials.
And they
just
both have a
realized.
special set of skills.
Certainly not doctoring, that's for sure.
You better watch out, man. You were taken by the law.
At least someone got
I
it.
got it. I got it.
Okay.
So
What?
Liam,
Actually, my favorite Liam Nielsen movie is Darkman. Just saying.
Liam. What's your last name again?
Ferris.
Ferris.
Yeah, I don't know. Random.
Who's the fairest of them all?
I got
Fair-
your story.
What?
Your story is that you invented the Ferris wheel.
Wow.
No, seriously,
So-
legit.
Age
Between 25 and 30.
25 to 30, and looks.
So he's scrawny. He is not very physically built at all. What?
I'm just looking at TJ, who's not very big. I'm looking at you, who's not very big. I'm looking at her, who's not very big.
We got the looks that kill, buddy.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
Move
Sorry,
forward.
I have a strength of 1.
That's fine. That's fine.
So physically not, he's not muscular, but he's broad-shouldered.
Okay.
So dressed right, he could look tough.
Fair enough.
Taller, about 5'10".
Okay.
Not hitting the 6 foot yet, but yeah. Has the sharp chin. Not sure, like the
Square jaw.
square jaw. Everything else about him, though, is clean cut because he's a lawyer.
Yep.
Or sorry, justice of the peace or whatever.
Medieval lawyer.
Medieval lawyer.
Practices medieval law.
So yes, my law is so medieval. So I wear nice clothes. I have the frilly shirt,
Awesome.
the vest, or
Is that what you were wearing when you were using your chamber pot? Because the guards would have been up there in under 10 minutes.
I was in my office.
Okay, fair enough. I'll accept that. Okay, so moving on. In the cage with you is nobody. Guarding the cage, there are 2 soldiers sitting at the very front of this carriage with, it's a double horse-drawn carriage, by the way. So there's 2 soldiers at the front, and there's 1 soldier on horseback in the back. So there's 3 soldiers guarding you. To let you guys know, you guys are coming from a smaller city, not like a major metropolis, but a smaller port town. And it's going to be called, I'll call it Eels Ridge.
Better than what I thought. Just call it Port Town.
Port Town.
Port town. So Eels Ridge is where you were originally from. You've been traveling in this carriage for about 2.5, almost 3 days. Okay? You've been fed nothing but simple bread and water the entire time. Anytime you guys get too loud or start talking too much, you have one of them smack the cage with the side of one of their little sticks that they have.
Billy clubs?
Yes. Yes, TJ. Okay, it's a billy club. It's an authority stick. A billy club is known as an authority stick.
I was going to say, like, with their stick. Like, what? Did they just grab a twig off a low-hanging tree?
That's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
I'm going to move forward now.
Hello, boys.
After these past couple days, this is when you guys will kind of realize that you're all connected in this. You've all been arrested at the same time, kind of thing.
By the same noble.
By the same noble. Yeah. So you all have that common ground to go with. By the way, that noble was an arrogant, self-absorbed moron.
Well, of course he was. You got a nice guy like me arrested.
He was just angry that I didn't get hit by the chamber pot too.
Pretty much.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
You know, if
I'm
he-
used to dodging those things.
Hey, if he would have purchased my calming elixir, we wouldn't be here right now.
So as you guys are in the carriage, every single one of you will hear the 2 main guards in the front talking. And here's their conversation. Guard on the left, it's known as Lefty. Well, I don't know about these 3 here. You really think life imprisonment in Yarlnoth is really what they're meant for? As the other one says, well, that's what the order here says. Life imprisonment to be carried out against Nigel Pennybottom, Lily, and Liam Ferrist. If you ask me, I think it's just a big old misunderstanding, but what do you do?
It was a
Orders are orders.
clerical error.
Sorry there, Nigel.
We didn't get court date.
There was a court date. It's already on here. You were seen by a trial of peers and you're guilty.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, it says right here on the arrest warrant, see? And he passes it back. You can obviously just, I'm going to give it to you. Yeah, he lets you see it. He passes it right through the bars to you, like an idiot.
I'm a lawyer.
Yeah, it's totally legitimate paperwork, but it's not legitimately real. His dates are off, but it's still valid. Because it's signed by the Lord of Eels Ridge.
But the date on this paper hasn't even happened yet. That's signed for next week.
I can't read it anyway, so it doesn't help me. As the other guy goes, I can read it, and I think all scum like you need to be locked up.
Only thing I did was clean my chamber pot.
Well, that's public defamation here.
Lily's gonna pout.
Okay. As Lily is pouting,
Pout.
as you're pouting,
If this was only video.
Yeah.
No one wants to see Kate's cleavage.
Hey, I thought it was kind of nice.
hey, stop it. Put that away. Every single one of you, please roll me a wits and investigations. Your difficulty is going to be 7s.
What if you only have one of those skills?
Then it's the same thing as with Air Consortium. You double the stat. Oh, sorry, no, it's luck. Luck, sorry.
So you
Luck.
roll a luck dice if you have it.
What's a success? 7?
7.
Do we explode
3
tens?
successes.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom!
You don't explode luck, though, do you?
Can you?
It's a stat. Do it.
Oh, okay.
So, how many successes?
Uno. Por favor.
12? No, 3.
Uno!
I don't
One?
Spanish.
Okay, so...
Neither do I.
We have 1, 1,
Okay.
3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe to TJ and Sabrina what they see first, and then Cade, you'll see the rest.
Okay.
That's how I do spot checks and stuff. So, on the right-hand side, left-hand side, TJ and Sabrina. On the right-hand side and left-hand side of the trail ahead, you will see on the right-hand side there is a man dressed in dark brown leathers. He has green highlights on a tunic that kind of covers most of his face. He has a longbow in one hand, already has an arrow notched in it, and he's half hiding inside of the shrubberies along the side of the road. On the right hand, that's the right hand side of the road. On the
Mister, help us!
Hold on. On the left-hand side of the road, on the left-hand side of the road, you will see kind of leaning up against a tree with her arms crossed. She's wearing tight-fitting leathers, and wow, she is attractive. She's wearing hot-fitting leathers. Yeah, I'll keep it. Hot-fitting leathers. Has a leather cap on her head, kind of tilted to one side, and has a short sword in her arm while her arms are crossed. Okay. On horseback in the middle of the road is the Valiant Knight. You both will see this. The Valiant Knight is on top of a white steed with barding. He is wearing pure silver armor. He has a long cloak behind him, but you can see that his arms and armor are a little bit mucky, like he was dragged through the mud kind of thing. Okay? Attached to his saddle by a chain and collar is a gruff-looking man. He's probably 6'1". He is very muscular. He has a neck brace on with 2 manacle pieces that come off of it to hold his arms right up near his head. Okay? He is obviously a prisoner. Duh. And he is wearing what appears to be basic leather armor. That's it. The man on horseback, by the way, has a helmet on and everything. It's a full knight. You can't see any skin on him. When he lifts the visor of his helmet and goes, "Oh there, friends!" as the cart carriage stops. Kate, I'll tell you what you see in a minute because it's not there yet. As he goes, "Hello to both of you. Traveling more vermin to Yarlnoth, are you? Well, you have room in that cage for one more. We'll pay you."
I'm gonna try and seduce the dude on the left or right. The dude that's...
The dude in the shrubbery?
Yeah, the dude in the shrubbery.
Okay, wait a minute. As the two
So
guys...
you mean the one I shouted to let us out?
Yeah,
Dude, the shrubbery!
The dude in the shrubbery.
Help me!
that's when you guys will hear the following conversation. Following conversation goes on. It goes, "Well, I guess we can take one more. I mean, who are you guys anyway?" "We are the Valiant Ones, also known as the Star Reachers." "What
Wow.
stars are you reaching for?" "Stars of the heavens, dear man. We are an adventuring party." "Oh." As the guy on the left says, "Adventuring. I always wanted to try adventuring. Is there good money in adventuring?" As that happens, that's the girl walks up and she goes, "Awesome money. Mixed with danger. It's a lot of fun, actually." And she smiles. And the dude from the shrubberies comes out and he does see you. You're attempting to seduce him.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to seduce him.
You may roll me your
God.
charisma and seduction. Difficulties will be 10s.
I'm going to stand near the back of the gate.
Okay.
So I'm going to do something incredibly dumb.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, guys. What was your total?
I had 1 success and 2 fails.
So you have 2 fails?
And 1 success.
So you botch by 2. So you get up and start flirting with him and start doing seductions with him and all that kind of stuff. When the guy behind your guys' wagon on horseback sees it, and you can feel someone just kind of grab a little bit of your hair and be like, "Hello, baby." You seduced the wrong man.
Is it the gruff dude?
It's the dude on the horseback behind you who's been following you for 2 days.
Perfect. This guy on the horse, does he have keys hanging off of him?
Nope.
Anybody? What about the guys right in front of the cart?
Guys in front of you do have keys, but you can't reach them.
I still
Darn
have
it.
the arrest warrant, don't I?
Yes.
I am trying to persuade the noble knight that we were arrested illegally.
Okay, well, pause for one moment.
Nope, I'm going to take it out of your hands and I'm going to eat it. I'm botched. I'm going to eat the arrest warrant. I'm I'm gonna eat the arrest warrant.
Okay.
I got this. We're getting out. I'm eating the arrest warrant.
Eat the arrest warrant.
I'm like, sir, we were arrested illegally.
Oh, nom, 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 nom.
That was our proof.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta roll dice. Hold on.
I still wonder what Cade saw.
Oh, we'll get there. Okay, so as you say, sir, we have a, and then there's like a nom 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 Pac-Man noise off to the side. The girl in the leather armor just wants to devour these warrants. So she knows you are guilty of sin right now, and that you're trying to ploy your way out. Okay? And then she looks over at the knight and goes, don't let them out, whatever you do. They're probably murderers. Wouldn't know, though.
Could have
She looks right
shown
at you.
you. I got arrested for defamation of character.
No, we
Defamation of character is a crime.
All I did was clean out my chamber pot, and the guy was standing in
Hold
the
on,
wrong
we were arrested
spot.
illegally. They don't even have a warrant.
Okay, guys, he'll smack the stick of authority on the cage. Okay, to make you guys be quiet.
The stick of authority.
Now, the knight will lead the prisoner around to the back of the wagon. As he does that, the archer person walks around beside as well, pulls back their bow and aims at you guys in the cage, and says, "Get to the front of the cage now."
Is my guy letting me go to the front of the cage?
Yeah, he is.
I was already there because I was like trying to.
So you're all moving away from the door?
We're already there because I took it from him.
Yeah. So the guy who's driving, the older man, jumps off, goes around to the back, unlocks the door, opens it, and they put the guy up inside with you. They close the door and then they lock it. Time moves forward. Okay, the guy who's in the wagon with you doesn't say anything but keeps kind of looking around. Okay, specifically at the adventurers. You'll then hear the adventurers talk about the following, because the noble guy is babbling. They're talking about adventures that they do and how they get free room, free board, respect, wealth, and riches. And to the point of saying wealth and riches, he holds up a sack of gold from his side by defeating evil doers in the area, by fighting monsters and all this kind of stuff, how they lost a member of their party, and pretty much this is where you guys really get that idea that adventuring is really worthwhile, but is goddamn dangerous. They've already lost a member of their party. The guy with the arrows, he was eunuch-sized by a griffin, which is not good. That's why you're needed 10s, by the way, against him. The girl, her fiancé was eaten by cannibals, which seems really far-fetched, but yeah, so it's very dangerous work. And now they have managed to capture Argoth the Bloody, who is the man sitting in the cage with you right now. He is a multiple murderer. He is a highwayman and leader of an attack squad of bandits that have been raiding the Ridge Highway on the way to Eel Ridge. He's a very vicious man, and these adventurers finally caught him. That's when you'll notice the knight's armor has been padded to protect against wounds, because he has been, almost killed in a fight with this guy. After about, I'd say another 7 hours, it's getting to be almost nightfall, you can see the glow in the distance of where Jarlnoth is. Okay.
Wait, is the adventuring party coming with us?
Yeah, they're escorting this prisoner back to Jarlnoth. Yes, Kate.
The old man that had the key, is he sitting on the cart in front of us?
Yep, and the keys are down by his feet.
Oh, damn it.
Like I said, they're out of the way.
Yeah, we can't reach him. That was
You can't reach him. Plus, you'll have the other adventurer people. Like, the girl is walking right next to the cage, staring in at you guys because she thinks you're just as bad as, Argoth the Bloody.
Do I really look like a murderer? I have a flippin' frilly shirt.
That's the most dangerous kind. The civil murderers.
I'm a lawyer.
Kate, as you say, I'm a lawyer. That's when you'll see movement in the tree line following the wagon. And then, without warning, / only Cade can give warning, you see about 15 people popping out from between trees with arrows and bows and swords, ready to jump the wagon. At the same time, Cade, with your 3, that's when you'll see Argoth ducking.
I'm going to grab these two,
Yeah?
pull them down with me as much as I can,
Oh my!
and I'm going to say to her, "You're too pretty to die, duck."
You're too pretty to die, duck. Now,
I'm gonna reach out, and the chick that's walking next to us, I'm gonna drag her down too.
so you're reaching
I
out through the
think that's who
cage.
he was
Yep,
talking to.
that's
I don't
who
think
I
he
was
talking
talking
to
to.
me.
I thought you were reaching her.
No!
My bad.
First
Never
of all,
mind.
are either one of you guys trying to resist being grabbed all of a sudden?
No.
You're not. Okay, so no.
What's your strength?
What?
Doesn't matter,
Okay.
he's not resisting. So, are you reaching out the cage to try to grab her? No. No. Okay, you are telling her you're too pretty to die, duck.
Yeah.
Okay, as you say you're too pretty to die, duck, and this is like more FMV style, so I don't actually have to roll any dice. You're too pretty to die, duck. An arrow flies through the back of her head, through the front of her nose, and blood sprays on you, Cade. And then she just falls to the ground dead. That's when you'll hear screaming like, "Ah!" as people come rushing, arrows start firing. One of the horses goes down. As that happens, you'll see 3 guys jump out of the trees on top of the knight, take him down to the ground. At this point, Argoth is now standing up.
I'm standing beside Argoth.
Okay.
I'm his dutiful wench.
As he looks around and says, "Get these chains off of me, boys!" As he's waiting for
I'm going to
them.
try and get the chains off of him.
Quiet! There's blood! Oh, there's blood!
You'll see 2
Bitch slapping him.
Okay. The knight on the ground still takes 2 guys' heads together and smashes them together and pulverizes them. The knight is not one of those fake adventurers. He's a real one. He throws them off of him and goes to grab his sword, but as he goes to grab his sword, they do the, what's his name from Futurama?
Is that Brannigan?
That Brannigan method of warfare. The bandits just jump him with every guy they have. So they hit him with like 12 guys just jump on top of him because he's already overweight with armor. He
So
can't
it's like
hold
hop
his
on
sword.
top.
Yeah. And they just all have knives and they're just stabbing him like crazy. The archer guy backs up a couple steps, sees everything that's happening, kind of panics a little bit because he's already been eunuched once. So he panics a little bit.
I think he only get eunuched once.
Yeah. Well, they have had the first successful male appendage.
Not in medieval times they
replacement.
didn't.
Moving
In modern.
forward out of that horrible topic. So he turns and he rushes towards the last living horse and starts with a small dagger, starts slashing at the ropes that are and the ties that are holding it to the wagon. As he does this, the driver says, "I knew you was highwayman," and he smacks him with the authority stick. Like a moron. To which the archer guy will turn around and look at the dude who's smacking him with the stick and go and draw an arrow and pull the bow down and pull the bow up. As he does that, the other driver who's on the back of the horse behind your guys' whole carriage, who has seen this entire ordeal occurring, now has his sword out and is rushing forward and cuts down the archer right there.
Oh my god, there's more blood! Ah!
So the archer falls down. As the archer falls down, the bandits, 2 of them fire arrows and kill not only the old man, but also kill the guy on horseback. So they're both dead. The only guard who's still kind of alive is the one guard who is kind of mean a little bit. He hops off and starts running towards the woods, but that's where the people are now coming from. So he runs into a pile of them and they grab him, tackle him, stab him.
Can we have his key, please?
Long story short, after this whole bloody ordeal, the only one awake and alive is the knight still. They haven't killed him. They then walk over, they grab the keys from the old man and walk back to the back.
I take it I can't get the manacles and chains off this guy.
No.
Oh, I tried. I put up a valiant effort.
That's when you'll hear a couple of guys grumble about the girl already being dead. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Why did you have to kill her? And all that kind of stuff. And then, for obvious reasons, then they will unlock the cage. And a couple of guys are looking at your character, Sabrina, very like, this one's alive. They're opening the cage. Then they walk over to Argoth and they unlock his neck chains first. Then 2 or 3 guys go after you, Sabrina, in which Argoth will say the following, goes, "Get your hands off of her, boys." So like, "But, sir, she's booty." "I know that, but get your hands off her." As they back away, "She tried to get me chains off, so you can't have her."
Oh, Argoth!
He looks at you.
Oh, yeah.
Then he looks at those 2, because they're obviously too piddly to join his group.
Smacking him. Trying to get him to stop.
Get a grip.
Stop slapping me!
And so Argoth says the following. He looks at you guys and goes, "You 2, look up here."
I stand up.
You both look at him. He holds his arms out, right? Almost like a hugging motion. What are you 2 doing?
I was standing up.
You're standing up.
I'm just still kind of crouched there, just looking up like, what?
Good. Good thing you didn't do anything because he wasn't holding his arms out for you. His men just wrap around him and throw a red cloak over his arms and put a bunch of dagger holsters on his body for him. As then he goes, "All right. Good job, boys. We finally got rid of the stars." And they start all laughing together. "That group's been after us for nearly a month now."
He got arrested on purpose.
Yeah, he did. "All right, boys. Take everything that has value. Leave one of the horses for these three. It's the best you're gonna get. Congratulations on your freedom. But I can't take you with me. You two are too scrawny and more like a girl. And you are a girl, and you wouldn't last too long in camp. So, there you go." As he turns away and walks out of the wagon.
Okay.
As he looks over and goes, "So whether you do be murderers in disguise or just some wimpy lawyers, you do what you gotta do, what's right by you. But don't you dare get any assumptions of coming after Argoth the Bloody, or I'll leave you like him." As he walks over to the knight, and he cuts off from the top of the teeth with a knife all the way back to the back of his throat and then down to cut off the entire bottom of his jaw. He's still alive when he does this.
KOTOR style.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darth Malik.
Yeah, he's still alive when they do this, and then they leave him there to die. They take his armor off and they strip him. And they just leave him there bloodied and bleeding and dying.
You have medicine, right? Mr. Snake Oil?
Do you really want to help
Yes.
this guy when all of Argoth's people are still there?
No.
Okay. As this is happening, they strip the girl, they strip the archer, they strip all the guards, they take everything of value, gold, armor, weapons, everything.
Do they leave the cart?
They leave one horse with you guys, which is the horse that the dude behind you is riding, but they're taking the cart because they want to put all the armor and everything in the cart. They don't want to carry it. So they leave
Yeah,
the
no, I was
dead
thinking
horse on
throwing
the
the
road.
dead bodies in there and say they were bandits.
Yeah.
They- thinking already, Kate. I see. No, so they take the body, not the body, so they take all the armor and all the weapons and all the stuff, and then they just put it in the wagon, and then they leave. They leave the dead horse. They leave all the bodies. After about 5 minutes, before they're even out of sight, the knight will die. It's just from blood loss because he's been stabbed many times. And you guys are all left on the road together. You can see our Yargnoth in the distance.
So,
Go.
are the bodies, like, naked, or... Oh, okay.
Well, isn't this a conundrum?
Is the arrow removed from her head?
Yep. No, they wouldn't bother to take the arrow out of her head. It was ruined. Anybody who has arrows in them, just left the arrows there.
So there were supposed to be 3 people going to a jail?
With what warrant?
Yeah, he ate the warrant.
With what arrest order? There's no arrest order, so we were never arrested. There's no record of us being arrested.
And no, there was no rider sent ahead of you. They just sent the warrant with
And
you.
they're fraudulent arrest warrants anyways, so we could start new lives in the new city.
I'm only here because of you two. Specifically you. Fancy frilly pants.
I was changing my chamber pot, dumping it in the same spot I do
You're always
every
supposed
night.
to look before you throw.
Every night. I even had a circle
before
marked
you
on the
throw.
ground.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
you know,
Look
I'm here.
before you throw.
Hey, I'm here because of you. Because if you were more flirty to him when we were playing cards, he wouldn't have caught me cheating.
You didn't pay me anything.
Well, that's because I hadn't won anything yet.
Fair enough.
I have no NPCs to interject in this to get you back on topic, so do your
So,
best.
well,
Okay.
I don't know if they, I don't know if they sent a messenger ahead of time.
They
or
didn't.
not. Oh, well,
That all the
conveniently
paperwork
there was
was
some
eaten.
bandits here, and you know, if we put a little bit of like a tear here or a rip there in a skirt or like a couple of claw marks on your face over there, Nancy boy.
You ain't touching his face.
He's got some red marks as it is.
And then we could put some like
Tear
splash some blood
streaks.
on us.
I'm
We
covered
totally,
in blood already.
We totally defeated these guys and deserve our reward.
Unless these faces are known in town.
Well, his face won't be known anymore. She's pointing to the knight.
Remember, there are 3 soldiers that came with you from that other town. The 3 guys.
So it looks like we're not going back to that town.
Because they'll think that you murdered them all when they don't come back.
Um,
You guys are never going back to Eels Ridge, that's for sure.
So, or we can just drag the bodies off into that shrubbery and just continue on our merry way. Yeah, that sounds good. She's gonna start dragging bodies into
You
the bushes.
mean you want me to
Dragon boat?
touch dead bodies?
It's still like touching an unconscious person. It's fine.
So you're
You've eaten
moving the
meat
dead
before,
bodies
right?
off the road.
Yeah.
All of them?
Obviously.
Cooked it?
Just those guardsmen.
So you're leaving the stars on the road.
No, I'm gonna throw them in the bushes too.
All right.
I'd throw the stars in the bushes. We may be able to portray
I'm
the
just gonna tow a dead body. Just like
the only the only problem with saying the guards are bandits is they have no gear and we have no gear. How did we defeat 3 bandits, strip them naked, and not have any weapons?
It was a band of wild naked people worshipping a moon god.
The dreaded streakers of Bridge Paths.
I got an idea. I'm gonna start stripping naked.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in town, strip naked, and say that I was hustled on the trail and stripped of everything.
Oh my god, that's a good idea. Oh, we can make it look like we're part of this fight, but we managed to escape.
We got attacked by What's-His-Face the Bloody, and we survived.
But they took all our stuff.
All right, give me your clothes, guys. Give me your clothes. All of them. Come on.
I'm already stripped
All right.
down.
So, TJ's character, are you keeping your underwear on or no?
They're gonna find a bunch of naked bodies out here. We have to make it believable.
Wow. How am I gonna play that one? No, everything's going.
Everything. So buck naked.
I rolled a 10.
day
It's
you
like,
were
how am I
born.
gonna play this?
I
we were
don't
born.
think I'm comfortable with this plan.
And then
You know what?
You gotta roll in dirt a little bit. You gotta look dirty. You're too clean. You gotta
Hey,
look
you
like
know
you got
what?
attacked.
I got seduction of 3
Splat.
and charisma of 4,
Okay, hold
so
on. So, Cade, the audience can't see that action, but I did. Are you splashing TJ with...
there's blood!
Blood, mud, guts.
Okay, so, TJ, please roll me a willpower check for that really cold blood mud.
I hope you're stripping down naked too, boy.
What about you?
Hell yeah.
There's a new meaning to the word mudblood.
4 successes.
Okay, so you're okay, but it's cold.
I had 2 10s. Woot woot. Double
Before anyone
explosion.
says anything, I just want to mention it is cold out here.
I'll do a Superman stand.
Better
It
yet.
just splashes me.
You two could have saved me from the ravages of that horrible gang.
Naked.
Naked, you managed to escape and then saved me. And you knocked out some of their men.
Wow, how did we escape and yet we're naked?
You played possum.
They let us go to spread the tale to not mess with them.
How does that make us sound any good?
No.
No,
You
we
guys
were
played
outnumbered.
possum because you wanted to save me, little old me. Wink, wink. And then, we all got off scot-free. I can totally make it look like they were in the middle of something. Don't worry about that.
She said God off and we're all naked.
I'm not I didn't take my clothes off yet.
I think it'll be a good plan. It'll work, especially when the cards come back and see the bodies.
What if we say... put your underwear on.
No! This body is nothing to be
You gotta
ashamed
make it
of.
believable. If they come back and find all these naked bodies and you two aren't naked, we're all screwed.
Well, the way I'm thinking about it is we killed 2 of the bandits, the guards who brought us here,
Uh-huh.
saved you,
Uh-huh.
and escaped.
Uh-huh. In your fancy clothes?
Okay.
No, we get to keep our underwear because they didn't strip us fully before we acted.
Guys, how about we figure this out as we're walking somewhere?
Okay, well, anyway, strip down. Come on. I can give you guys underwear made out of my skirts. It's okay. It has to be believable. I'm not going to some
Loincloth.
prison.
So
Sorry,
wait,
no.
you want us butt naked, but you get to walk in town fully clothed?
I will look disheveled.
I'm keeping my underwear.
They're not going to believe us if you keep the underwear. I'm just letting you know that right now. The rest of them are naked. They're going to sit here naked by and be like, why did he have underwear? Don't worry, I can give you something to hide your shame. It's okay.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, buddy. Human body's a beautiful thing.
I'm walking
Thank you.
You're walking fully
You know,
to
clothed?
town. No,
That
I'll
back-
take off the frilly shirt, lose
You know
the
what,
pants and the shoes.
If you're embarrassed, man,
Walk down the road a while before losing them, so there's not a pile of clothes with the dead bodies.
She was going to bury them out in the woods.
If I ever get my cart back, man, I got an elixir that could probably help you out.
Oh, I'm fine down there. I'm not worried
So
about
Cade's
it.
walking and stripping. You're already naked. Are you joining Cade?
What?
Are you walking down the road,
Yeah.
Cade? Okay. And you are bringing the clothes. You're
I'm
bringing
gonna, like-
TJ's clothes.
I'm throwing them in the woods somewhere.
Okay.
Just toss
Man,
them in
and
the
that was a
woods.
great suit, too.
And the bodies are going to be strewn about in various stages of
They
whatever.
already look like there was a fight before you.
And then I'm
started
going to
dragging them.
dishevel myself. Little tear here, little tear there. I got to get one of them to
Alright.
hit me.
I would like you to please roll me.
Whatever it is, I probably don't have it.
Actually, do you know what I'm doing? I'm disheveling my pants, throwing away my underwear, but keeping my pants.
You found your pants?
I took pants off one of the robbers.
That's not a bad plan. All right, so Serena, please roll me your charisma
That Mr.
survival.
Naked.
Okay. Sure.
What are my successes?
7s if I don't say anything.
Well, my botches even out my successes.
So 2 botches, 2 successes. So it's 2 successes total.
One botch, 1 success.
Remember, they don't cancel out. Are there more botches than successes? So you pass. By how many?
1.
By 1. Okay. So you'll dishevel yourself. It'll take you a little while, but you'll rip your dress a
Gotta
little bit.
get a little dirt.
Dirt here and there. Maybe some blood. Are you getting one of them to punch you?
Yeah.
Which one of you is punching her? TJ points to Kane
Why am I punching?
Because
Why?
I
Because you're
watched...
good at slapping people.
Shut up! Smack.
as you slap TJ.
Come on, you just,
No, I'm not
you just gotta give a left hook right there. It's okay.
You want this believable?
It's gotta be believable. Don't knock my teeth out though, please. I worked very hard to keep those.
Rock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You get to punch her.
With the power of a 6.
Remember, it's a stat. Roll 2 dice. Because you have 1 strength, so.
An 8.
So you have 1 success. Take 1 pain damage, please, Sabrina.
Ow.
Bam!
Now, what?
Is it enough to leave a mark?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You okay?
Oh yeah, this is nothing. Have you guys ever been in a bar fight before?
No.
Wow.
Long story short,
I don't
eventually...
stick around long enough to be in a bar fight. They might be caused by me, but I'm not there when they finish.
All right. Long story short, you guys will eventually reach the gates of Yarnoth.
I'm leaning heavily on the 2 of them.
Okay.
I
Now,
really
did
wish
you
you kept your pants.
did you rip your skirt enough to give
Yes.
TJ something to wrap around himself
Yes.
so he doesn't get arrested?
Yes. Yes.
Guards, help me!
I probably would have given him one of my underskirts.
All right. So,
called a
as you guys
kilt.
are approaching the city gates, you can see guards. The guards are in chainmail and have swords. Okay? You are approaching the city gates when one of them will see you. They will draw a sword and they will start to walk towards you with one hand out, pretty much symboling for you guys to stop. Eventually, you guys will get into the torchlight of the main gate. I'm going to roll a check here just to see what you look like from this guard. So hold on.
Because I'm covered in blood. He's
Oh, did
mud
we
and
leave
blood.
the horse?
We never.
You didn't take it, so
The horse is just
It
left
fits
there.
our story better.
you just
We
left
ran. We ran.
So I'm saying we bash the guy's head in with a rock.
Which guy?
The guy who is attacking her.
Which one has a head wound?
The guy who's missing a jaw.
Oh, that was cut. It's very obvious.
Eh.
I'm not there. I can't help you.
It doesn't matter.
No,
You
no,
just say you claimed that you knocked
Moving
one
forward.
of them out. They could have gotten away.
Yeah, I'm saying we knocked him out. I'm not saying I killed him.
It's out in the bushes somewhere.
Okay, so the guard walks forward and he says,
Oh, thank God.
"Oh there, what in blazes happened to you?
Oh, these brave men.
Come to the gate."
I'm gonna collapse to my knees.
He'll turn.
I'm
No.
gonna
Hold on,
keep
hold on.
holding her.
I know it's very easy to just jump over each other in this
Yeah.
situation to tell what's going on, but we have to keep some order. So, you're saying that you're dropping down to one knee, TJ?
I'm both knees, just like,
Both
oh, thank
knees.
God.
When the guard turns and goes, "Help here! We need help here at the gate!" As 4 more guards will rush forward. One guard will help you up, TJ, and is looking at you like, "Oh my God, what happened to this man?"
He's wearing a woman's underskirt.
Well, part of it. And the other ones will go grab you, Sabrina.
Oh.
And one guy goes over to you, Cade, because you are covered in like dirt and muck too.
Yeah, blood all over my face.
Yeah, so eventually they'll bring you inside and they'll bring you into the guard keep house, right at the front. Okay? And they'll sit you guys all down at a chair, and then they'll yell out to a chambermaid who's in the area who says, "Water! We need clean water here! And a medic!" As they start sending out for a medic. And then you'll see a man walk into the room. He is obviously a guard captain. So now you have 4 guards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 people. By the way, we're starting the game now. With
What have we been doing for the past hour?
I know
Looking around in the woods.
we have
Pretty
4.
much.
We have 4 people. Okay, and a commander in the room. And then the commander says,
First story.
"Yeah, exactly." To see if you even get into town. As he says, "What happened to you 3?
Our caravan was attacked.
But what happened though?" Like,
I was hoping one of you guys would jump in.
We got jumped and they stole all my clothes.
It was
It was horrible.
so bloody.
Oh,
and now for the rolls. Here's what
So
you do.
far, we're telling the truth.
Maybe not.
Yeah, our
You got
caravan.
jumped and they stole all your clothes?
Caravan
They
was
got
attacked.
attacked,
It
and
was
there was
so
blood.
bloody. I never said
you got
anything about
ju-
clothes.
Remember,
He did.
he kept
Remember-
yelling, "It's bloody!
No, no,
It's bloody! It's
hold on.
bloody!"
You work as a team, which means if
Okay.
one person says something that's against whatever happens, that's
I
what
just said it was
happens.
horrible.
Now,
He
here's
said
what's
it stole
going
our
to do.
clothes.
He
Stole
said
my
it.
clothes.
So you said it, TJ.
Yeah.
So I require perception and a charisma from you. Okay? And then I'm going to do a detection of lie. Remember, your guys' credibility right now is 10
Did you say
automatic.
perception or persuasion?
Sorry, persuasion.
Thank you, because I'm like, perception? I am so confused.
No, sorry.
We better get it. I took a black eye for this. I lost a skirt for this.
I lost my frilly shirt.
Got to keep your pants though.
Sevens?
I was smart about it.
3.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Got rid of my shoes, though.
gain 1 party confidence and continue your story when he then asks this. He goes, okay, well, what exactly happened? Start from the beginning. What were you doing on the road?
We were traveling to town with a caravan from... What's our town's name?
Eel Ridge.
Eel Ridge. And these bandits came out of the woods.
I'm sorry, that was great.
Bandits came out of the woods.
I
Cat
have to go deal with a cat.
I'm gonna pause and save it. You
I
saw it?
actually turned in time to see it. Oh, that was beautiful.
Bandits attacked from the woods. They were swift and they just started killing everyone.
Why are you naked? Says one of the.
So many men.
Whoa! What kind of convoy were you guys in?
They took our clothes. We're not fighters.
That knight
were
fought
just-
so valiantly that they cut off
My
his
wagon is
jaw.
gone too.
What? Wait. Okay, hold on. I'm getting multiple stories here. So you're naked because there's so many men in the convoy.
No. They attacked us. We played dead at first because they just started killing everyone.
Okay.
They started stripping our bodies. She was still...
He's looking at her. I'm gonna roll a post check. Hold on. You poor thing.
So many men.
You poor thing. Yeah.
Should I roll my blatant lie, by the way?
Nope. Go ahead,
Okay.
dude. It's storytelling. I'd go nuts. I'm rolling a post on my side.
Okay. No, I just didn't know if I was supposed to roll
Nope,
anything.
not yet.
Then she was being attacked by one of the bandits and dragged into the woods, and that's when we saw an opening. So we jumped him, hit him with a rock, and then grabbed her and ran.
So that's when one of the guards, as you say that, now I'm going to get my dice. Hold on.
I was trying to get his weapon, and all I got was his pants. I was naked. I needed.
I'm sorry, what weapon were you going for?
The difficulty was different before you said that line.
I steal his pants.
I went for a rock.
When I'm
I went for a
sword
weapon,
belt,
but then I got
would take his sword belt off and go
No,
pull
dude,
off.
no
and I got his
explaining.
pants.
You don't have time to explain the minute details.
No, I'm explaining to her, not.
You don't
You
explain
don't
to me
need to
where you got
explain
your
to her.
pants
She's
from.
not the one rolling against you. So, Cade, if you
I
would
was
please
thinking
bluff
Ghosts and
against me.
Goblins. Just
Now, this is going to be a little different, okay? Because what they are thinking of what you were doing, they are thinking it of is you tried for his weapon, but instead you got his pants. I immediately had a totally different image in my brain of some dude about to try to grab her with his pants already off, and you go for his sword or his knife, and when you pull, the whole thing comes off. However, yeah, so you're going to roll me, in this case, you're going to roll me a persuasion. Actually, no, sorry, not persuasion. You're going to roll me a brawl charisma. Because you're brawling with him to grab his pants.
Well, I said I hit him first with a rock,
I know.
and then I grabbed his pants.
I know.
I don't have any brawl.
Then roll me luck. How many points do you have in luck?
3.
Oh, nice.
What do I need for success?
10s always. Any 1s?
No ones.
Any 2s or 3s? Because those count as botches too for luck.
Nope. I have 5s and 6s.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. 2 5s and an 8, but 10. No 10s.
So one of the guards looks at you and he says this. He goes, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get this right. This is the commander. The commander says, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Let me get this right. You two saw her being dragged in the woods by one of these guys, and regardless of your own safety on the road from all the rest of the people getting attacked, you decided to get up, run after him, you hit him with a rock, and then you pulled his pants off, and then you ran away.
Basically.
I tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen.
You didn't even grab a knife?
I was trying to grab the knife. It was attached to the belt on the pants, but
So
it
many
didn't
men!
come off. And then we heard something, so we just ran. And halfway down the road, I realized I only had his pants.
So many men.
You just keep saying the same thing over and over again. So what will happen is the woman now gets in the room with a small basin of water and some cloth, some like individual cloths, and she starts going over to you first, Sabrina. She starts wiping your face off and stuff.
Oh, bless your soul.
As he's looking at the both of you guys, and the commander is nodding and looks at you two. He then reaches out his hands towards TJ and Cade and puts a hand on each one of your shoulders, looks at you and goes, "You're brave men. You did a good thing," as he looks over towards Sabrina. "You're going to go get her cleaned up?" As the chambermaid just nods and she helps you up and then she starts leading you off.
Oh, such brave boys.
So you're led inside. You two guys, the commander says, "Look, we have a well out back. We can douse you off and give you guys some clean clothes." What were you guys doing in that convoy anyway? What are you coming to town for? What are you here for?
I saw elixirs.
As you say that, hold on. As you say you sell elixirs, one of the guards goes, "Hey, I have a question. I have this weird thing growing on the side of my foot. Do you have anything that can maybe fix that up for me?" When another dude smacks him and says, "Do you see a wagon?" Do you know what I mean?
Do I have a wagon protruding from my butt? I have nothing with me, man.
Oh, well, do you know of anything that I could maybe buy in town?
A hot iron.
When the commander says, "That's enough questions. Come on, let's get you two cleaned up."
Thank you.
Long story short, congratulations on your first
High five!
successful pass.
Woo! Air high five, TJ.
You got into town. The guards do not think you're quote-unquote adventurers, but you know what? You did a good deed.
Without any weapons, there's no way we could have got away from a group of bandits.
And we didn't have to tell them there's bodies down the road. They can find that on their own time.
Yep. And then when it goes to the guards, they can figure it out.
And I might be able to get my wagon back.
That you never had.
That was my home.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. If you had as much fun listening to this podcast as we did in making it, make sure to head on over to Shades of Vengeance and check out their Kickstarter for Era Lyres, which is starting today. We will be releasing more of this Era Lyres podcast session next Sunday, and we will be continuing our regular Era the Consortium podcast on Saturdays as normal. Thank you all for your support and have yourselves a great day.